Okay, I think we're ready to go. Cool. So, hi everyone, welcome to the webinar. I think we can get started now. So, this session today is about exploring a bit of the art of the possible with Salesforce for Field Service, including how Agentforce can help you manage, optimize, and scale your field service effort and support your drivers and technicians. This is the first of our 360 playbook series, where we're going to be honing in on the cloud one by one and showing you how to differentiate your business with the tools Salesforce provides and how Agentforce complements that with scalable automation and smart assistance. So I'm Sam Chappell, Chief Technical Officer here at Performer IT, and I'm joined by...
Hi, I'm Callum Atkins. I'm a Salesforce developer at Performer IT, and I'm going to be running through a couple of the demos that we've made for today's webinar.
And we've also got Lauren here, our marketing manager, who's managing the slides and the questions tab as well. So what we're going to do today is look at some of the common challenges for businesses that conduct any kind of field service, whether that be dispatching technicians, shipments, or even food delivery. We're going to demo some of the solutions to these challenges. So if you've got any questions, please enter them into the questions tab at the bottom of your screens, and we will answer them at the end of the session. So, thinking on some of these key challenges we know that our customers face in field service today, from inefficient scheduling and visibility gaps to rising customer expectations and operational costs. These aren't small issues, they're barriers to growth and customer loyalty. But the good news is that they're solvable with the right tech and the right strategy behind them. So we're going to look at solution number one here, inefficient routing, meaning wasted time, fuel, and money. For Salesforce Maps and AI, routes are dynamically adjusted based on real-time data, so traffic, weather, even delivery urgency. Drivers and technicians get optimized routes via mobile, and your business gets better delivery performance, lower costs, and happier customers. I'll hand over to Callum to show you how this could look from the inside.
Thanks, Sam. So yeah, we've got the demo here now. So in this first demo, we're going to walk through a high-level understanding of field service lightning and how an agent to this day can complete a booking. So please keep in mind that this is field service without the use of Agentforce. And later on in this webinar, we're going to look into how we can use Agentforce to help excel our business. First off, this is the admin panel where agents can view all booked service appointments. We can see upcoming and complete service appointments, and they're shown in the panel as different colors. We can also see on the page that there was some black lines, and you can see travel time for the agents. So this page is used to monitor and amend service appointments for resources, and they can also be shown by the territory for different technicians added to your system. So we're just flicking through the days here, and we could see that for Monday that there's no bookings added yet to the system. So what we're first going to do is head over to a case record and create a booking. So depending on your setup in your business, we've got a standard case page here, which has just been added for the demo purposes. And we're going to go through and add in some of the details for the work order. So these details will get copied over to the service appointment. So you've got to make sure that you're adding in the correct information. So we're adding in some information such as the territory where the job is based, the work type, and then some of the contact information for the job. This is a lengthy error-prone process as it's done manually, and you have to copy and paste or either remember the details and add them. So now what we're going to do is once we've added the subject and description, and if we press save, we'll be able to verify the work order details and make sure everything is all correct. On the work order page, we'll be able to see on the left-hand side that Salesforce will create a template service appointment for the booking. And if you see on the left-hand side shortly, we'll be able to see that the status is currently set to none for the service appointment. So what we're next going to do is we're going to make sure we book in this appointment for one of our resources. So if we head over to the booking appointment tab at the top of the page, and we'll be able to see that Salesforce recommends time slots for the upcoming days that are available for our resources and depending on the territory that is selected for the job. Once we select this, we'll be able to see that the service appointment has been booked between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. And if we go back to the field service admin page, we'll be able to see that for the Monday, we have an 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. book slot. So as you can see from this demonstration, it's quite a lengthy error-prone process, and it takes valuable time from the field service agent to create the correct records and copy the necessary details over to the work order. So let's move into how Agentforce can streamline the user experiences and help our agents within the org. Back over to you, Sam.
Brilliant. Thanks, Callum. So the next scenario that we've got here is a common one, and I think everyone that's watching here has been on the other end of this as a customer, getting more and more frustrated when a delivery is AWOL, or you're housebound with a vague 7-hour time slot for a 20-minute washing machine installation. Customers these days want information, and that really is something that Salesforce does best. Now, there are apps and tools out there to do this, but building it into your Salesforce platform means that every department, every customer gets the correct real-time personalized information that they expect. And you can even go beyond that expectation with proactive automated alerts telling them when to expect the service before they even have to ask. It's a win-win for you and the customer. Over to you, Callum.
Thanks again, Sam. So what we've done here in this next demo is we've combined the insights of Salesforce with the automation and conversational abilities of Agentforce. So we're next going to dive into how we can use Agentforce to receive live updates about our booking. So say, for example, we already have a booking and I want to check a live update of where my field service agent might be. So first it's going to go through a series of details to make sure that the person requesting the information is obviously the person that has actually got the booking themselves. So it's going to run through some verification of postcode as to where the appointment is. And then instantly you'll be able to see a precise answer from the agent, and it has notified us that our service resource is 20 minutes away. For our customers, it means quick, accurate information without a lengthy hold time for our business. It translates to a significant reduction in inbound status update calls, allowing our service team to focus on more critical issues. Simultaneously, it equips our agent with the speed and information they need to resolve inquiries swiftly and effectively while on the phone.
Well, so let's tie this into tracking then. We have intelligent assignment. As we know, manual dispatching slows everything down and is open to human error and a lack of omniscience. With AI-driven auto assignment, you match jobs with the best fit drivers based on skills, proximity, and urgency. And all of this is done automatically. Plus, customers can self-serve through Agentforce digital agents, speeding things up and freeing your dispatchers to focus on exceptions. Let's take a look at this then with Callum again.
Thank you very much. So if you remember back to the first demo, we demonstrated field service without use of Agentforce. So now we're going to look at Agentforce with the use of field service and how it can really help us excel in our business. So it's just really going to help us complete daily tasks a lot quicker and anything that is repetitive for our agents. So on the screen, we have a new case booking, same as before, but this time we're going to speak to the agent and ask us to help create an emergency appointment. For this case, emergency appointment will just create the earliest possible time slot. Same as in the previous demo, the agent will prompt a series of details about the job. So this will be the customer information, location of the job, and any additional information that might be required for the technician. A customer agent can enter this information manually, or alternatively, they can ask the agent to use relevant information that has been summarized from the case record. Once the agent has the provided information, the agent has notified the service user that the booking has been made and scheduled. Let's review the details on the work order page here. As we can see, the details are correctly copied across. And then if we head over to the service appointment we can see that the same details have also been copied over to the relevant record. And as we can see down there, scheduled start and end time has 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. If we scroll back up to the top of this page, we can see that the related tab has one of our service resources assigned. In this case, it's been John Doe who has been available for this booking. Now let's look how we can allow our customers to adapt information using Agentforce with Sam.
Thank you. So finally, what happens then when on the odd occasion things go wrong? Delays, breakdowns, disruptions. Instead of reacting, Salesforce lets you respond before customers even notice. Predictive and generative AI working together to interpret and predict issues, suggesting smart alternatives like rerouting, vehicle swaps, or real-time customer updates. What's great about this is it unlocks a new level of service, turning a potential complaint into an opportunity to build trust with your customer.
Awesome. So here we have an internal perspective of the digital agent and how we can use Agentforce to rearrange a booking, which will cascade information down to the relevant records. So firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to see on the left that the service appointment is booked for 1 p.m. We're next going to ask the agent if we could rearrange a time for the booking. The agent will then ask the user to provide a date and time to update the booking for. The agent has then asked the user to provide any date and time formats that they wish. So Agentforce allows users to use provided date and time in any format they prefer, and it intelligently interprets and standardizes the input for a seamless understanding and use. After providing the date and time, the agent has notified the user that the time has been updated. So we can review this on the service appointment to see if it's correct. As you may have also noticed at the top of the screen that the agent has flagged potential harmful information. This is due to the Agentforce solution and how it understands personally identifiable information might be detected and flagged by the agent. This only applies to receiving alerts for an implementation within the org, and the alert won't appear visible on any experienced or external facing agent. So let's dive into the next slide to explore some high-level concepts of Agentforce's security. So on this next page here, we can see that all of this tech is underpinned by something in Salesforce called the Einstein Trust Layer. We won't go into too much detail, but essentially what it means is that not only your data is masked and not retained by public LLMs, but the content generated by the AI models is also scanned for toxicity, hallucinations, and malicious prompt injections. This ensures that the AI cannot produce any harmful or irrelevant outcomes or actions. The trust layer is made up of 4 key principles: data masking and anonymization. So this means that anything passed outside of Salesforce is masked and it's not exposed. Zero data retention. This means that the system does not store any customer data after it's been processed. Toxicity and bias detection. As saw in the previous demo, we can see that AI-generated responses are filtered for bias, toxicity, and hallucinations to maintain ethical AI interactions. And then auditability and transparency. Every AI interaction in Salesforce is logged and traceable, ensuring compliance with industry regulations. We've seen various examples of news of bad PR where company AI solutions have damaged their reputation. So the Einstein Trust Layer is a critical part of the Agentforce solution to keep your business and its reputation safe.
Cool. Thanks, Callum. So you'll see along the left-hand side of the page all of the different features that you can get within Field Service, and all of this can be built custom in various instances of Salesforce, so you can pick and choose the functionality based on your priorities. However, each of the elements we've shown today do work together to create that ultimate slick experience for dispatchers, drivers, technicians, and customers. So let's say you wanted all of that functionality with or without the Agentforce layer. It's handily packaged up as Salesforce Field Service. Previously known as Field Service Lightning, this tech is Salesforce's AI-powered field service management solution, designed to help businesses efficiently schedule, dispatch, and track field technicians, shipments, or drivers in real time. It connects customers, service teams, and on-site workers, improving productivity and customer satisfaction. So the preset inbuilt features are AI-driven scheduling and dispatching, so creating and managing work orders, assigning the right technicians with the right skills at the right time. A dedicated field service mobile app for technicians, so enabling access to work orders, capturing data, the updating of job statuses from anywhere, reducing the paperwork and improving service speed, essentially ensuring that techs have the right tools and knowledge to complete their job. Asset and inventory management, so tracking parts, tools, equipment in real time. Customer self-service, so helping to empower you and your customers to self-serve with appointment booking and real-time updates. Offline capabilities, which is really key to make sure that essentially we can allow the technicians to work and stay connected without an internet connection. So any updates made on that app during the time frame will be stored locally, and then as soon as you get an internet connection again, whether that be traveling through areas that have low mobile connection, as soon as it's connected again, that information will go straight back onto Salesforce, and everyone else will be able to see those updates as well. And then, of course, Einstein AI and IoT integrations, so predicting maintenance needs and failures before they occur. All this functionality harnesses data from each dispatch, allowing leadership to gain real-time insights to track and improve performance and customer satisfaction. There is a reason Salesforce is the #1 platform on which to run your business. You can get up and running very quickly with all the tools that you could possibly need to make your field service as optimized and cost-effective as possible. So, speaking of getting up and running, we have a couple of quick start offers here. This one here is based on an under 50 users, but essentially the package gets you up and running with a field service implementation to hit the ground running on day one. And then if you want to take that a step further and add digital employee to act as a scalable 24/7 dispatcher, we are a Salesforce Agentforce specialist consultancy, and we have some great accelerators to get you started. What we always recommend first, though, is to book a complimentary AI readiness session with our team to help you develop your use cases and build your AI roadmap and strategy. I think talking about it and thinking it through and having the chance to learn and ask questions makes it seem a lot less daunting to those who are new to the world of agentic AI. We have some great demos and resources on our website as well, so you can check those out, and you can book your AI readiness consultation via the QR below. So, aside from the fact that we're one of the leading partners for Agentforce in EMEA, we're also a 5-star rated Summit or Platinum partner working exclusively with Salesforce, which has been our sole technology focus. We have over 130 certifications held in our expanding team and some excellent success stories here where we've transformed our customer organizations. As a boutique partner, we really care about our customers, and you can check out our App Exchange listing for more of their testimonials as well. So, thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you, Callum, for building and running the demos. If you want to learn more about any of the solutions we've spoken about today, you can get in touch with us using the QR code here or head to our website. All that's left to do is check the questions tab.
Awesome. So one question here, Sam. It's if field service already comes with pre-built AI insights and recommendations, self-service, etc., why do I need Agentforce?
Okay, so I think that's a really good question. And I think it comes into the education piece that we have around Agentforce and agentic AI that's going on right now with it being so new. So I always think the biggest difference that you need to think about with agentic AI is the fact that you've got the intelligent reasoning built in as part of it. And that allows you to perform actions. So for example, in our demos earlier, getting it to identify reroute queries, but also focus on answering some of those self-service questions you might have by sharing insights or retrieving data and triggering booking an appointment, capturing the relevant details in a conversational manner that means your customers interact with it as if it is someone on the end of a live chat, but it can actually go and perform those actions for you, which is the real difference here that you've got between, your more predictive or insight-based AI features. Agents actually then go and do the work, or go and do the automation that you want to happen based on what's going on, and it reasons why it needs to do that based on what's being spoken about and the guardrails that you've set up and given it.
Awesome, thank you very much. Another one here is, do you need Service Cloud or specific license to get field service? I can answer that one. Yes, you do need Field Service Lightning SQ from Salesforce. You can understand more about what the specifics of that are on Salesforce's websites or by talking to your account executive.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's built on Service Cloud, but specifically you need to get the field service licensing from Salesforce, essentially. And your AEs would be the best people to do that. But equally, you can talk to us. If you don't know who your AE is, we can get in touch with them and talk to them about it as well, and get you involved.
Next one is, could you use Agentforce internally to assist engineers, for example?
So yeah, of course. I think that's a really good use case for Agentforce. Similarly to seeing how we did it with dispatchers, you can do exactly the same thing with engineers. And I think that's going to be a really powerful use case for a huge amount of different people that are going to be using it. So imagine if you're a field service engineer and you are on site, you get your app, field service app open, you've got an error code, you type the error code in to your agent chat that you have, and it goes and gives you the sets of instructions on how to fix that error or resolve that error. Or you could take a picture, and then it brings back the relevant instructions for you there. It's an excellent way of allowing people to be able to use that knowledge to go and fulfill and continue that information, as well as then being able to say, okay, cool, I've done the job, and just, writing in the summary of the job and it going and filling out the relevant actions that are needed to be done and administration to say that the relevant job's been completed, and that then they can get back on the road and to the next appointment sooner. Good question.
Awesome. I think we've got one more here, is, are there any advantages to building these solutions bespoke or opposed to just buying the entire of the Salesforce Field Service?
So there's one, really. One advantage to building it yourself, which is you pay for it once, and whatever licensing you're paying for right now, that's all that you need to pay for. However, it will cost you more to build those bits bespoke than if you do a field service implementation from scratch. So you'll probably end up paying more implementation costs up front. And you also then won't get access to the full suite of field service features that you get with the licensing. That also includes being updated 3 times a year. There's always new features being updated and added into field service as well. And that really, I think, for something as complex as field service, it's definitely better to buy off the shelf. I think in this case, there are certain cases where it's probably better to build in-house, but something that has as many moving parts and as much predictive and complex sort of algorithms around scheduling appointments and automation of those bits, maps integrations, routing, etc. I think it's definitely better to build something that's been built and proven across multiple different companies, multiple different industries. Salesforce have invested billions into their products to make sure that they are the best in class, and I would definitely recommend doing that in this case. Brilliant.
Awesome.
Is that the end of the questions?
Yes, that's all of them.
Okay, perfect. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you again, and we will catch you soon. Cheers.